Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Summer Dreamhack 2011. As it turned out, there was some human error that caused a total power shutoff in our very special Day 9 TV StarCraft 2 tent. But fortunately, everything is now back to normal. And, fortunately, because it was human error, that means it can't actually happen again. At least it's something that was predictable. And it looks like the Game 1 has finished. We will be going into Game 2 immediately. We'll be casting Game 1 later on in the day. We don't want to do any sort of delay of the tournament because, again, it's 11:41, and we want to cast Morrow versus Braddock at 12. So it looks like Rhett won Game 1. Apparently his macro is just way, way too good. Did a huge attack early on. Tyler tried to hold it off with Force Fields and Storm, but Rhett ended up winning shortly thereafter. So very little of the action was missed, and it looks like we will be ready to go into the game. Wishing the players good luck, have fun, and good game. Both players ready, and the map is going to be Tall Dream Altar.
Another macro map, which might favor Rhett in this situation, but we're going to have to see, can Tyler turn the tables, come back, as he's not really having the great start in this tournament, losing his first game against Strelok, and now 1-0 down versus Rhett.
And it looks like now the map is getting loaded on up. On Tall Dream Altar, I'm really curious what style Tyler's going to begin incorporating, because we've seen the Colossus Void Ray mix was quite popular for a long time, especially on this map, because you got 3 bases so easily. However, Zergs like Rhett are extremely good at dealing with that exact style with the use of Tall Dream's huge spaces and easy-to-take expansion. So here we have Liquid Tyler spawning in the bottom left position as that blue Protoss in the bottom right. We have Liquid Rhett as the red Zerg.
And we're going to have to see, can Tyler pull something out of the bag in this game? He's such an intelligent, smart player that I would not be surprised if he did manage to pull something in this game. But will it be enough to conquer the macro of Rhett in this kind of game, because he's looking so dominant right now, posting so many good results recently, and now, well, actually in his first game, if people didn't know on the stream, he actually beat Jimpo 2-0, and for what I heard, quite comfortable games as well, and now is currently 1-0 versus Tyler, heading into the second game on Tall Dream Altar, and once again, Rhett is getting the Overlord location and is sending it directly left, and we'll be able to see Tyler ASAP.
This is such a fortunate scout position by Rhett. I mean, given the fact that he keeps going to the exact location first, but this is still a very, very smart way to scout, because the second Overlord can easily hide behind the minerals here, so it's going to be very, very convenient for Rhett if Tyler was at the top left, but because Tyler is at the bottom, top right, because Tyler's at the bottom left, though, it's going to be a very, very easy scout for Rhett. Tyler looks like he is also going to have that fortunate result of sending that probe to the correct spot right off the bat.
And as you can see, Tyler already building inside his base or on the kind of little area choke point between the main and natural. And that's kind of surprising, because a lot of the time you will see Protoss players opening up Forge Expand. Sometimes if you scout early with the first probe, you can even get away with Nexus first before Forge, if you do scout that early hatchery. So this is kind of interesting. I'm interested to see what he can do here. He's chrono boosting a lot on the Nexus. And so that kind of tells me he's going to play a little bit passive, as he's not really saving up that chrono boost yet too early.
Now we do see that probe is hiding down here at the bottom left. We're going to have to keep a very steady eye on him. For any of you just tuning in, Rhett is currently up 1-0. Oh, he does manage to spot the probe. Rhett currently up 1-0 against Liquid Tyler. And, Rhett is the sort of person that even if he does the wrong opening and builds the wrong units, his ability to macro is just so unparalleled that he will have an outrageous amount of stuff very early on.
Now we do have the second gas going down. And the second gas actually, after the Zealot here, Zealot will be blocking the ramp, and I'm really interested to see how Tyler's going to play this game out. I don't know if he's going to be adding on maybe a fast Stargate in this. I don't know. This is going to be interesting to see. And Rhett, oh my god, going for that fast third, because on this map the rocks have been taken out. That is incredible. This is so sick.
And I mean, Rhett's response here is so brilliant. All he does is look at his opponent and say, hey, can you put any pressure on me early on? And if it's an early expand, if it's a fast gas play, the answer is almost always no. Protoss can't put any pressure on me, so I will easily take this third without any interruption in the slightest. So that means that Liquid Rhett is going to be in a very, very, very comfortable position with that strong macro. 3 bases against 1 base for Liquid Tyler.
And now we are seeing 1-2 more gateways being added on, and we have a hiding probe here. And that's one of the big problems playing as a Zerg player on this map. It is so big, and there are so many different locations for you to hide probes, to hide structures. And oh my god, is Rhett actually going to go... This guy is so good, man. He's found the first probe early on. He's going to go ahead and find this probe. Will it see it? Yes, it does.
Oh my gosh, Rhett is so good, so meticulous about cleaning up all those hidden probes. There, it ends up getting taken out. And now we see Liquid Rhett once again. He's going to be going for a very late extractor. That is perhaps the one weakness of his style of play in this game. He actually cannot do that much damage to his opponent early on. And Tyler, you know, I'm starting to note a little bit of lack of preparedness. This pylon actually doesn't wall at all. It has two big entrances in it. So Tyler's getting a little bit lucky there that there was no big Ling play early on, but going to be taking that expansion Nexus early regardless.
And Rhett comes in with that Link, doesn't quite see the expansion, but sees 3 sentries as Zealot, doesn't see a Stalker, knows that all the gas has been thrown into these sentries. And now Tyler is going to go ahead and expand from here. Will most likely be looking to research for that hallucination soon, so we can go ahead and scout, because at the moment I'm looking in his vision, and again, he's very blind right now. And this is a problem with playing Protoss. At this stage of the game, it is so difficult to find out what exactly is going on. Is my opponent going to try and, you know, break me early on? Has he taken that third base? And he hasn't quite started that hallucination yet, which is kind of a surprise. It's very late.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see the way Tyler's going to play this off. I mean, right now he has just made sentries and zealots. There are often some very early pushes that you can do to do a lot of damage, but it looks like we see 2 assimilators going down really early. You know, generally people will focus on, you know, does he build a robo? Does he build a Stargate? One of the choices is actually just to get 2 very, very, very fast gases and set yourself up for a lot of tech, a lot of upgrades, or even a lot more sentries, but right now, it's definitely, I would say, in Rhett's favor. He is making so many drones. He is getting pretty much all the essential components of his play up. He's getting his layer up. And Tyler right now still has virtually no way to put pressure on his opponents.
Yeah, and he has so many drones. He hasn't built any units. He just has a few Zerglings. The problem with Rhett right now is he's lost control of the Xel'Naga towers, which is going to be very important, because if Tyler pushes right now, Rhett could be in trouble. He doesn't have that many units, and all these sentries and a few more zealots would do a lot of damage to him. And he is going to go out and move some Zerglings out. I suppose he'll control the Xel'Naga towers once again. And we do have Tyler going for a robotics facility, actually. The reason why I did get the hallucination, so we can get this fast observer out here. And with these double gases, might be going for a very fast Colossus here.
I mean, the no hallucination thing, I honestly think a lot of Protosses are starting to figure that Zergs will do really strong timing pushes against those fast hallucinations where you really do need the force fields. Wow, Tyler going for very fast Robo-Bay. I'm a little surprised by this. This kind of puts all your eggs in one basket. You have to do a lot of damage early on. We see Liquid Rhett, because he's still in the dark, he's getting a Hydralisk Den as well as the Roach Speed. This allows him a lot of versatility. If a bunch of Void Rays and Phoenixes come in, he can make Hydras in response. If all of a sudden the Protoss decides to do a huge Blink Stalker push, he can delay with Roaches and then flood with Zerglings and Hydras. Regardless, I mean, look at that economy. I mean, if we just open up the income, we see that Liquid Rhett having a lot more money coming in the unit tab. 67 drones already, a 4th base going down for Rhett.
One of the biggest flaws in Rhett's play, I think, at the moment is that he's focusing so much on his economy and the lava injects. He's not really creep spreading that well. And as you can see, he hasn't even connected his main to the natural and the natural to the third, and hasn't even begun to push out with this creep, which is kind of a little bit of a flaw. He pops in with these links, does see the unit count, but still doesn't really know what's going on. Oh no, actually, as I say that, he has a speed overload in, sees the robotics bait, and sees a bunch of gateways being added. And he has confirmation also there's no third base been taken, so I'm pretty sure Rhett knows what's going on and added on this Spire. And that is a great Zerg player. You are in the dark, you have no idea what's going on, you have to prepare for everything. Builds one Hydralisk and then like, oh, I don't need Hydralisk against this. And gets that Spire and will begin to add on these Corruptors very fast.
I mean, in the unit counting station, we see exactly one Hydralisk is getting produced. Rhett kind of doing the, I'm going to upgrade everything and then build what I need to, because it just doesn't matter. I have so much money. There we see those are very, very, oh, yeah. When you have a power surge, it's important to set yourself back to busy. Thank God it was just a tournament organizer. Woo! Either way, we do see a lot of sentries out. We see that very, very fast Robo coming out. This could be just a very fast 2 Colossus timing push, but look at that number of Roaches from Liquid Rhett. Brett just showing the power of macro in these games.
And using Overlords to actually creep spread, because he has, like I said, used all the lava and all the green energy really on the lava injects, doesn't really have any spare to get the creep tumors going, using Overlords. And now, as you said, this 2-push is coming out from these Colossus. Will he be able to do? There is a lot of sentry energy and a lot of force fields are going to be coming down.
Uh-oh, looks like Roach is getting pulled away. Tyler needs to hug the south end of that cliff very, very tightly. If he ends up misstepping, he could get easily surrounded. Looks like he's going to try to sweep up. He sees these units up here. He's actually just going to try to cut them off from the rest, but Liquid Ret, smart enough to pull back, will manage to get 2 free Hydralisks. Any free units you can get at this point, definitely going to be good, but his forward pylon is quite vulnerable. Wow, Tyler moving very boldly through the center of this map. Lot of Corruptors. Here comes the huge unit swell, and on the creep, Tyler tries to throw down some force fields, but has a couple of holes in there, and that's going to be enough for Ret to squeeze through. The Corruptors do manage to take out one of those Colossi. The other one's going to fall. Liquid Ret surrounding Tyler, but are those force fields going to be enough? He's continuing to make a nice line along the south end, but he will be forced into a total retreat.
70 drones versus 48 probes. He's got such a sick economy, can reinforce over and over. 13 more roaches in production. Lings coming out, and wow, Tyler's attack completely shut down, and this is looking very dire for him now. The only one Colossus might be able to hold on, but these Corruptors are going to surely take that down first.
I mean, Liquid Ret having so many units, 25 Roaches, 10 Corruptors on the field right now. The pylon falls. More Zealots trying to get warped in by Tyler, but Tyler, who lost 1-2 to Straylock, looks like he is going to end up with another loss in the group stages, and there it is, Liquid Tyler with a good game.
GG.
Liquid Ret showing a commanding display of skill in that series. I mean, just ridiculous amount of drones, ridiculous amount of expansion so quickly. I mean, it's no wonder that he's able to perform so well so consistently. I mean, with the variety of strategies you throw at him, he's just going to have so much stuff that it's going to be nearly impossible to deal with.
And I think Tyler's style completely just doesn't work versus Ret.
Yeah.
Ret's going for like before a 5-minute third hatch. That's like insanely fast, and you need to punish that. You can't just sit there and be like, you're right, man, I'm just going to go for my 2-base time attack. No, it's not going to work against that because it allows him to get a lot more gas out. He's going to get that 4th base a lot faster, and he's just going to have the economy, as you could see, to overwhelm him over and over and over again. And unfortunately for Tyler, 0-2 in his groups, not looking so bright, and Ret, on the other hand, 2-0. 4-0 in games, looking pretty good to do well in that group.
Yeah, but you have to keep in mind that these groups are pretty much all groups of death. I mean, the other people in the group are Straylock, Naniwa, Moman, and Jimpo. So, I mean, of all those, there will end up being someone who comes up in a not good position there. But, I mean, still, Tyler needs to be able to battle back to get at least one of those middle positions, see if he can maybe battle up to the top 2 at the very least. Yeah. But already, Tyler's not looking good to advance on to the next rounds.
And next up for you guys, we have a pretty interesting game, I think. And I'm looking forward to this. Out of the list, the first 5 games, this is probably my #1 game to cast. It is going to be Moro Zerg versus Braddock Terran. Braddock actually attending an event outside Russia for the first time, getting his visa sorted, not sick. He is here to perform, and I'm excited to see this guy. He's a monster. And on the same time, ZVT is insane right now. This is really going to be a treat to game.
So whatever you do, do not go anywhere. Diapollo and I will be here for all day. Let's see, the time right now is noon. We're going till midnight today, so we have 12 more hours of Happy Cast in action. Yeah, I know you're looking forward to talking nonstop, Sean. But regardless, the match list will be getting better and better throughout the day. I am Day 9.
And I am Diapollo.
Do not go anywhere. This is Dreamhack Summer 2011.